Good evening there, sir. Getting ready to get started. We're streaming now on YouTube, so you can let me know whether or not it's working properly. Okay, anybody? Check it out. Ooh. All right, let's jump in. What happened this afternoon? What happened this afternoon? Okay. AEO, we had Bitto and AT&T. Hey, Doc, what's happening? Mike, you were right about Paramount going down today. Terribly sorry about that, Mike. Let's actually check it out and see what happened. I'll get my book. Where's my pen? No, here's my pen. All right, so let's take a look at Paramount. Okay, so Paramount, good company. Okay, it's on my list. A year ago today, Paramount. Wow. A year ago today, let me get my drink holder. Year ago today, Paramount's right around 21.72. The high of the year, which was 24, that was the beginning of May of last year. So May of last year was the high for Paramount. I was the first like. Thanks, Alexis. Thanks for that. Let's proceed. All right, Brian L. How's it going there, Brian L? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the big show live. Okay, live goals achieved. Check the goal and celebrate the moment. Oh, cool. Karamat, thank you for that. Okay, so the high of the year was 24, gaps down, goes sideways a bit, drops down to make a low at 10.49 in October. Question regarding week 13. NYC Williams sold a strike at 3.5. I don't see that ever getting that high. All right, Seth, that's an interesting question. We'll take a look at NYCB. Open up a new page. Check it out, a new page. Okay, first on the list, NYCB. NYCB. We'll take a look at that next. Fascinating football videos. Good evening, everyone. I gave you one last week that hit a new high today. It was 8% for 7 months. Dude, the record man. How is 8% for 7 months? Is that 8% a month or 8% for 7 months? That's 1% per month. That's horrible. Just my humble opinion, but if you're okay with it, good for you. All right. From the low at 1031, we bounced back up 12.8 at 1741. We have our bottom for the year at the beginning of March. All right, 8%, 7 months, low risk. All right, dude, I get 1% per week. Okay, 7 months is, how much is 7 months? 7 times 4, 20. That's 28 weeks. Okay, so 1% per week. 7 months is 28 weeks. So I'm kind of curious if you can do the math. Okay. 1% per week, 7 months, 28. There's 28 weeks in 7 months, and I get 1% per week. So I don't know how. I wouldn't do it. That's me. You know, if you're good with 8% for 7 months, perfectly fine. You know, nothing wrong with that. Okay, so we get a bottom of the year for Paramount on March 4th, 10:07. So let's look at the last 30 days. Okay, the last 30 days. 30 days ago today, we opened up at 1085. 1085, the very next day, we get the bottom of the 30-day period. That was 1016. She goes up, pull back, up, pull back, up. Look at this. Now, we talked about this yesterday. Okay, hey, Shannon, how you doing today? We talked about this yesterday. Okay, remember that big, huge, where it is right there, that big, huge movement up yesterday? Okay. I said there's going to be pullback. That's what I said, because it just looked that way. When you have a big movement like that, you're going to have pullback. Now, we looked at another one today, big, huge move today. And I looked at it and said, no, I ain't doing that. That's screaming profit taking the very next day. Tomorrow or Monday. We'll take a look at it. I think, was it Spider? I think it was Spider. Hold on a second. SPY. Yes, it was. All right, so we'll look at that next. We're still looking at Paramount, P-A-R-A. Okay, so last 30 days. Here we go. Nice big move yesterday. Today we had some profit taking, but it's still going to the upside. Okay, so if you disregard this big move yesterday and the high yesterday, okay, it's still moving to the upside slowly. Kroger. Okay, Shannon, we'll take a look at Kroger, KR. In case you didn't know, Kroger is on Warren Buffett's list. And I have bought in Kroger many times in the past, so I like Kroger. All right, so Paramount. I am in Paramount, so I do have some Paramount. Not in this account. Hold on. Hold that thought. Here we go, right here. Okay, open it up. Okay, so I'm into Paramount at 1180, and I sold off the 12s. Okay, I get no problem whatsoever. Do you see where it is? I got going up to the upside. 12. It's at 1237 right now. So as long as it stays where it is, goes up, it can even come down a little bit, and I will be out of Paramount come tomorrow afternoon, which I'm perfectly fine with. I like that. All right, so that being said, let's move on to the next one. NYCB, SoundHound IA. Can you take a look at it? All right, Sloan Trades. I don't know why people ask for stuff that doesn't have, SOUN, doesn't have many years of dividend increases. Hey, Jen, how you doing? JAGX. JAGX. Okay, so sound. All right, let's go here. Let's go there. Yahoo Finance. Come on. Yahoo Finance. Here we go. We're looking up at Yahoo Finance because, I don't know why people keep asking about that sound. CAH, Cardinal Health. Okay. SOUN. Into Trade Grid. Loading chart for sound. Okay. Historical data. Let that open up. Those don't have dividends. So why am I looking at it? Okay. It has no dividends. SoundHound? Yeah, no dividends. I wish you guys would stop wasting my time. Really do. But I have to be cautious of what I say. People get their feelings hurt. Okay, so sound is no. All right, Caramat, Coca-Cola is a no. The reason why Coca-Cola is a no is because the premiums are absolutely horrible. Okay, check it out right here. 59.30. Okay. Okay. Oops, wrong one. 59.42. Okay. 59, go for 71 cents. Okay, you lose 30 cents off the top. You're only bringing in 41.863. All right, select on 66, blah, blah, blah. Eli Drake. NYC 16 never hit 3.5. How did you sell? I didn't sell it. I still have it. Can someone look out? I'm stranded. I need 6. Eli, I have no idea what that means. Okay, 863 a year ago. Okay, the high of the year, 1422. Okay, she just drops, goes sideways for a bit, then a big gap down. They announce they're in trouble, blah, 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 whatever, whatever, whatever. Okay, and then someone comes in to the rescue, grabs a whole new set of investors. So now it is being taken over by someone from the Fed. Okay, someone who used to work at the Fed many years ago. The last 30 days, we opened up at 364. Hey, Randall Ray, nice to see you back here again. Okay, we have that's very strange. 2 days later, we had the high of the day, the high of the 30-day period and the low of the 30-day period on the same day. Weird. $4.40 for the high and $1.70 for the low. You see that? 30 days ago, 28 days ago, 30-day high, 30-day bottom. That is a big range. All right, that being said, is this where the party is? Hey, love to hike. How you doing? We go sideways for a bit. Today we're sitting at 322. Nope, NYCB's not. NYCB came up with one of those flukes and somebody wanted to take a look at it. The numbers just look too good to pass up. So a bunch of us bought some. Now we're just waiting for it to go back up to 350. CAG pays dividends. ConAgra. All right. We got CAG on the list. Just got to sit and chill. We'll get to it. All right, Michael? We just have to sit and get to it. See, the list is not that long at the moment. There's only like 6 of them on the list. Okay? By the end of the night, it'll probably be all the way down here. But we'll get there. What are you trading? At the moment, got it now. I understand. All right. Way to go, Seth. All right. So the 3.5s I sold for 5 cents a share. Not a huge amount, but it is what it is. Okay, so nothing really interesting with NYCB, only because there's just nothing going on there. We have to wait to see what the new owners plan on doing. Can you check Walmart? WMT. WMT. All right, we'll take a look at Walmart. Just hold out City View. Okay, we'll get there. All right, next on the list is going to be KR, Kroger. Do you trade futures? Not in this account, I don't. AR. I'm going to say no to Kroger right off the top. You know why? Take a look at this chart right here. Okay? 30-day bottom, 30-day top. Look at this space right here. That's a lot of territory. All right? Even though at 57.44, the 57s are going for 90 cents. You take 58, sorry. 58, no. Look at that. 58. And the 58s are going for 40 cents. That's going to be a no. Sorry. It's no to Kroger. Hey, King Lion. Welcome to the show. And who shared it? Someone shared it. Who that? King Lion shared. Way to go. Thank you. All right, so no to Kroger. This time. Don't get me wrong. I like Kroger. I have bought Kroger in the past. Now, it always comes down to the money. So while we're here, all fresh for the night, I got to tell you, this is just for entertainment. This is no suggestions. I don't want to suggest anything to anyone else. If I had 100,000 invested, the best dividend stocks, how much would you yield? Just wondering. Okay, I make an average of 1% per week. So if you have a chance to take a look at my account here, hold that thought right there, PH. Okay, you're looking at 10minutetrader.com. Okay, you see as you slide down all the way down. Hey, look at that! Isn't that lovely? You slide all the way down. You'll notice there's 2 accounts. Account number 1, account number 2. Account number 1 has 117,000 in it. Okay, I make an average of 1% per week. That's $1,000 a week on average. Okay, this week it was 1.7. Last week it was 1.2. The week before 0.9. The week before that 3.9. The week before that 4.6. The week before that 2.2. The numbers are all right there. Safe, secure, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. That's my main focus. Hey, look who's back again over here on Instagram. How you guys doing over there? All right, so are you profitable on a future? My future looks very bright. Cool. I couldn't ask for anything better. My kids are healthy. I have a really awesome grandson. Okay, mom and dad are still alive. So my future does look pretty bright. I shouldn't be drinking coffee this time of night, but it is what it is. JAGX. Never heard of it. Meaning futures trading. Yeah. I don't do very much of futures trading anymore. Do you have a list of your top dividend stocks? Yes, I do. Okay, wanna gain. Cool. My dad of Wall Street from now on. Well, thank you for that. I'm going to take that as a compliment. What are we looking at? That's penny stocks. Yeah, no, we ain't doing that one. JAGX. Thank you for that. I'm not going to waste my time looking at that one. But CAH, Cardinal Health, that is on my list. You know what they say? Thanks for the honesty. Well, you know what? I'm getting old. I forget things. So if I lie, I'll forget about the lie, and then I'll be caught about in a lie about it. Forgot about it. Yeah, that's easier just to tell the truth. Do you trade NASDAQ? Well, I really don't look at it that way. I look at the top dividend stocks. I don't care if they're NASDAQ. I don't care if they're NYCE. I don't care where they are. you like that one? Yeah, you get to a certain point. I just can't remember the lies anymore. So I don't even bother. You know, if you ask me, hey, these pants make me look fat? Yes, they do. Was that good for you? No, honey, I've had better. You know, honesty. Who really wants it? Where can I see your list? Well, you can join our morning group. Okay, we have a morning group that trades every morning. We get together on Zoom call, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, at 9 a.m. all the way to 10 a.m. 10 hours. We take a look at not 1 hour. We take a look at all the stocks that are up for consideration for the week because we have a whole list of stocks, but the list changes every week. Do you trade or invest? Well, here's the thing. I got a couple of rules. Let me tell you the story because you're new here. So I can see that by that. All right. The reason I'm here, okay, this whole trading strategy I teach, it's a simple strategy. It came about in 2000. Oh, look, I got another one. It disappeared. In 2008, my 9-year-old daughter wanted to learn to do trading because that's what I was doing. Thought you were Uncle Joey from Full House. Yeah, no. Anyway, my daughter wanted to learn to do what I was doing. So I was trading and she wanted to learn the same thing. So I had a couple of challenges. Love the tiger rope. Thanks. So here we go. These are my challenges. First of all, I had to create a trading strategy that was easy to comprehend. It had to be simple. She's 9 years old. It had to be simple. Ooh, I like doing this. This part's fun. We'll go here. Okay, we'll go over to my YouTube channel right there from the 10-minute trader. You have to, how much money do you make? I make 1% per week. Go to my videos. Then we'll go to the oldest videos. And there is my little princess.
And me as you being part of my internet website club thingy, which my dad doesn't like me calling it that, but I do. Being part of that, you're
All right.
going to be getting
That's her 12 years ago.
updates of I'm trading.
And there's me. Okay, see, what you're seeing is looking backwards. However, this screen right here is being live broadcast to YouTube. So if you come up here to my bio, you go to the 10-minute trader. Okay, the 10-minute trader right here. Okay, see a couple of videos how everything works. This is the live where we actually go live on in the mornings. Right here, the YouTube channel. These are all my what do you call them? All my social media. Okay, these are all my social media. You got YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, podcast. Yes, I actually have a podcast I've been doing for over 4 years. LinkedIn, Patreon, TikTok, Books by James, and live on YouTube. So live on YouTube, which is kind of weird. See that? Yeah, it says me doing the same thing over again. But thanks for that, Doc. A lot of people might not know that. Now, okay, so that's live on YouTube. Is that link right there? Okay, that'll take you to, so you can actually see this screen. So when you get to see this screen, you'll be able to see all these little tiny numbers. Because me pointing out the numbers here, with this camera, you're not going to see it. So I got one camera here, one camera here, one camera here, one camera there, one camera there, and then the other camera right down there. So that's 4. All right, so they're all looking the exact same. So if I turn this camera around to make you feel better, it's going to make all these other cameras wrong. And it's going to make me a little weird because I'm looking at things going out of the way. Do you use order flow? No. It's super simple, 3 dots. Yeah, I'm well aware how to do it, but I'm not going to because this camera will be different than the other cameras. Okay, and that's going to throw me off. And I don't want to burst your bubble, but I prefer that. No, it won't. Yes, it will. Trust me. I have ADD in the baddest of ways. So if I'm looking at myself, 1, 2, 3 cameras, okay, these two are doing one thing and this one is doing the exact opposite, it's going to throw me off. Trust me, I've done it before. You're new here. I've done it before. It throws me off, so they're all saying the same. How can I join your morning group? How much is it cost? All right, Karamat, like I said a minute ago, hold on a second. Getting old is not easy. Yeah, I'm sure you do. Okay, but I can pretty much guarantee this camera over here. Let me see if this camera does it. Okay. Turn off comments, turn off requests, turn off questions, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't say anything about turning the camera around. This one over here, nope, doesn't say anything about turning the camera around. This one over here does allow me to turn the camera around, but that camera will be right, and these two cameras will be wrong. So, am I here to make you feel better, or am I here to be comfortable myself? All right. What do you think about tomorrow's market? Is it going to reverse? Hormel, Gallant. All right, we'll throw Hormel on there. Dividend King Extraordinaire, over 100 years old. HRL. Hormel. RTX, Randall. We'll throw that one in there. RTX. Okay, right now we're looking at CAH, which is Cardinal Health. Okay, Cardinal Health, CAH. Oh, as I was saying. Okay, so we're just getting started. So let me just get this in and out of the way. Why do you only make 1% a week? Well, that's an interesting question. I'm going to answer that in 1 second. All right. So as I was saying, I showed you a picture of my 9-year-old daughter. Okay. So she wanted to trade with me. Okay. So I bought her a little computer and I had to teach her. So here was the tough part. I had to make it simple so that she could understand because she's only 9. Okay. 9 years old. All right. It had to be simple. It had to be safe. No possible way she could lose any money. Okay. It had to be predictable and it had to be consistent. Okay, so simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way she could lose. That's the 5 things I had to come up with. Why? Simple, because she was 9 years old. Safe, because if she lost money, she was going to cry. Okay, and if she cried, I'm going to feel bad, and then she's going to make her mother feel bad, then her mother's going to give me a hard time. Yet no. So it had to be simple, it had to be safe, the income had to be predictable, consistent, and no way she could lose. That's the 5 criteria I had to deal with when coming this up with. Question, how long does it usually take to buy and sell stocks? No, it doesn't take long at all. So that's the 5 criteria I had to meet. So I came up with a few rules. EX day for CAH was 328. All right, Randall, we got that, but we're going to take a look at it anyway. So I had 5 rules that I came up with. Now, these are very, very, very important, okay? Rule number 1, and the reason why it's rule number 1, because you'll understand it as soon as you hear it. Rule number 1. Number 1, never buy something you do not want to hold for a long period of time because you just might have to. My coaster fell. Yeah. All right. Money, we're going to get to that in a second. Hold on. Rule number 1, never buy something you do not want to hold long term. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. So, Manier Wick. So, rule number 1, never buy something you do not want to hold long term. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. Okay, so if you never sell at a loss, you can't lose, right? Rule number 3, has to have 20 years or more of increased dividends. Okay, why? Well, because if the stock goes down, I want to get higher and higher dividends. Long period of time means how long? More than 1 year. Okay, that's going to be different for everyone. Okay, rule number 1 is never buy a depreciating asset. All right, thank you there, Mike. I appreciate that very much. Mike, you can invest your money however way you want, really, you know. But the way I look at it, this is the way I had explained it to my daughter. Rule number 1, never buy something you do not want to hold. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. Rule number 3, make sure it has 20 years of increased dividends. Now, 20 years of increased dividends means the company's got to be at least bare minimum of 20 years old. Once you get to 20 years old, you're pretty much set. Okay, you get over that 3-year hump, you get over the 5-year hump, you get over the 10-year hump at 20 years, and you're increasing the dividend every single year. Some of the companies I'm looking at are over 100 years old. Consolidated Edison is over 200 years old, and they still pay out dividends. Read The Millionaire Next Door. Excellent book. Okay, so the companies I'm looking at, Coca-Cola, over 100 years old. Wells Fargo, over 100 years old. Procter & Gamble, Clorox, Colgate-Palmolive, Ford, General Motors, Bank of America, so on and so forth. A bunch of them over 100 years old. So, I'm waving off more people over here on Instagram. Yay! How you guys doing? So here was the rules. Never buy something you don't want to hold long term. Never sell at a loss. Make sure it has 20 years of increased dividends or more, and weekly options. And then fifth, final one, make sure the numbers all work. Now, we'll get to the numbers in a little bit. Okay, view request. You waved at blah, blah, blah. I sent you a request to be in your live video. Okay, so if you want to be in my live video, perfect, awesome. Ooh, really love it. However, you need to DM me with your phone number. I'll give you a call, because before I invite you to the live show, I want to make sure you can contribute to the conversation at hand. Look in OB coin. Yeah, no, I don't do that. And Doge, I don't do Doge either. I don't do any cryptocurrency whatsoever. Where you get the bankroll for those blue chips? Well, just sit back, chill, follow along, and see if you understand it. Okay, because you're new here. So, Matt, you're new here also. Suggest ways entry-level jobs for recent finance grad with minor in. Yeah, I can't help you out with that, dude. I think college is a waste. But that's just my opinion. It may be great for you. If the company buys back, are they on their own stock, you should jump in and buy some of the stock. It all depends. Always, always, always comes down to the numbers. Why are they buying it back? Well, let's take a look at Macy's, for instance. Macy's was right around 22, 23, and they got an offer, okay? And they said, no, worst case scenario, we will buy back. Turn off the comments. Yeah, we'll get there. I only got like 5 stocks to look at, so I don't mind it. After going through it, I agree. All right, thanks. Brandon, was I right or was I right? Market expansion moved down. I have no idea what you're talking about, Brandon. Buffett makes $6 billion in dividends a year. That's wild. Well, he's been doing it for a long period of time. He had a different set of rules and a different plan. How much capital do you use per week? I use 98% of all of my money. Okay, I manage 5 different accounts. Okay, short ES, SPY, SPX. Brandon, can't help you out with that at all. All right, so we're looking at Cardinal Health. Let's move on and look at Cardinal Health. All right. Cardinal Health is at the moment 111.56 to 112. Yeah, no. We're going to say no to Cardinal Health. Reason being, the price I can buy it for tomorrow morning is 111. 111.56. The 111s are going for 110. Okay, I'm losing 56 cents right off the top. If I take 56 cents off of this, it's not worth it. What's the dollar amount? None of your damn business. I say 1%. 1% per week. That comes to 50% per year. So if you have $50,000 account, 50% of that is $25,000. If you have a $500,000 account, 50% of that is $250,000. Okay, I don't do amounts, okay, dollar amounts, because everybody starts differently. Newbie here, how do weekly options work and what happens when they expire? Well, Blade, like you said, you are new here. The best thing that I can advise you, sit back, take notes, ask questions. I don't hide anything. I don't lie. I don't fluff things up. I've lost more money than most people make in a year. Okay, 1 week I've lost more money than most people make in a year. Okay, one day I made more money than most people make in a month. Okay, so I've been up, I've been down. I've won a lot, I've lost a lot. I paid my dues. Okay, I am only here to share my knowledge because I'm at that point in my life where I feel compelled to share what I know. Why? Because I think the little guy, you and I'm no one special, never been to college, never done anything huge in my life. I had a manufacturing company for years. They threw a whole bunch of money at me, so I had to figure out what to do with it, and I learned the hard way. When I first started trading, it was $125 to buy, $125 to sell. That's $250 down the tube, and I haven't even decided what stock I wanted to buy. Okay, so that being said, I've seen the evolution of trading online. I have made stupid mistakes. Okay, I have made good mistakes. I made great choices. I'm creating a trading strategy for my 9-year-old daughter. It's simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and if you do it right, there's no way you can lose. Okay, only way you can lose is if you make a mistake, or company goes bankrupt, which you have no choice on the matter. Okay, now what do I mean by that? I like companies that have been in business for hundreds, for 100 years or more. Okay, some companies been in business for 60, 70 years. Great, awesome. There was a company, I believe it was in China or Japan, been in business for over 300 years. In business for 300 years. The same family-owned business for 300 years. It went belly up a couple of years ago. Okay, I hate to be that person. You hand it down from generation to generation, 300 years, and they finally went belly up. Some things just happen. Okay, so yeah, Blade, sit, chill, ask questions, take notes. It's really not that difficult. This was created for a 9-year-old girl who averaged around 5% per week. Okay, we'll take a look at 3M. You need to explain to people the amount of money needed in order to make actual money is over 100,000. That's definitely not true, dude. Okay, my grandson's account has started out with less than $50. Okay, and he makes a halfway decent amount on a weekly basis, percentage-wise. Okay, so with $50 starting out like 1% per week, it's only $25 a year, but he's starting with $50. Simple strategy. Okay, now I have 5 different accounts. One has 100 grand in it, one has 200 grand in it, the other one has like 15 grand in it. They're all different amounts, but the strategy still stays the same. Now, no two people here have the exact same amount. That's why I don't do numbers. It is easier to say 1%. So if you have 50 grand, 1% is 500. If you have 500,000, 1% is 5,000. Okay, I'm not telling you can buy something and you can make 5 grand. No, because if you only have $5,000, you can't make 50 grand. Okay, so if I make $1,000 a week, that means I have to have at least 100,000. And if you only have 10,000, I'll make $1,000 a week. That's 10%. No, it doesn't work that way. The numbers are what the numbers are. When I say safe, secure, predictable, consistent 1% per week, you multiply that out by the year. That's 50% a year. So if you have 100 grand, 50% of 100 grand is 50,000. 50% of $5,000 is 2,500. Anyway, and no, you don't need over 100,000 to do it. Everybody starts differently. One day para looks good. Yep, one day. All right. Well, I'm going over these questions. Money is money. Yeah, that's true too. All right, Gallant. No. You get higher dollar and higher priced stocks than the smaller ones. No, not necessarily true, because 1% is 1%. Okay, because I've looked at Walmart, which is over. Okay, hold on. 50% easy when you have less than 10 million. Yeah, okay. I don't have 10 million and I still get 50%. Okay, I have one account that's only like 13 or 14,000, and that makes 3 or 4% per week, which 3 or 4% per week is, over 200% a year. But it's a different trading strategy. Okay, so I have 5 different accounts. I have a whole bunch of trading strategies. This is the only one I share for free. I'm a nice guy, but I'm not that nice. Okay, good money for sure. It's the main objective. This is the main objective. You're going to have people that are going to bitch, moan, and complain about a free lunch. They are. People just like to complain because they like to complain. This is a simple trading strategy. If it makes sense, fine, do it. If it doesn't make sense, you don't need to be here. No one's forcing you to be here. So if a dividend pays out on, say, the 15th, when are you buying the stock? Well, probably the first week. Okay. Okay. Well, let's address that question. Let's take a look right here. Okay. Foot Locker, the 13th. Dividend, the 13th. This is a dividend calendar. It tells me where the stocks are having their dividends. Okay. All right. So if the dividend is going to be the 13th, I don't want to buy it this week here because stocks have a tendency to go down after the dividend is paid. Okay? I want to buy it way up here, 2 weeks prior, and I want to make my 1% then. So if I buy it here on the 27th, I have 2 weeks for it to go up and me to make my 1%. How much capital do you recommend for this strategy? We're all different. We all start out with whatever money you start out with. Make sure it makes sense. You need $6,000 to do this strategy with Walmart. Okay. Where do you find that calendar? This calendar happens to be in Thinkorswim, which is owned by TD. Well, it used to be owned by TD Ameritrade. TD Ameritrade got bought out by Charles Schwab. So Charles Schwab owns it now. You can go right to Google, go to the Thinkorswim, and then just download it onto your laptop or your desktop, whatever. Don't use the online one. The online one doesn't have as many perks as this one does. Now, dude stuff, I appreciate it. You're new here. Just sit back, chill, and look at them. And no, you don't need $6,000. Hold on a second. Let's open this up. I'll open this up right here. Okay, this is one of my watch lists. I'm going to go all the way to the top. Okay, I'm going to rattle off some of these and you tell me, okay? Siri, okay, $3.55. MPW, $4.23. Ford, $13.20. VFC, $13.80. Key Bank, $15. AT&T, $17. JWN, which is Nordstrom's, $18. Macy's, $18. KMI, Kinder Morgan, $18. WBA, which is Walgreens, CLF, $22. Pfizer, $26, GLW, $32, Hormel, $35, so on and so forth. All these companies are good companies that have been in business and have increased their dividends consistently every year. How can you sell options on Walmart without owning 100 shares? Well, I wouldn't do Walmart if I couldn't own 100 shares. Okay? Now, I like stocks. It depends on what your goals are, where you are in life. If you have $6,000, you don't want to be buying Walmart. Okay, what is Walmart at anyway? Hold on, let's get out of this. Let's go here. Let's go here. WMT, Wally World. Okay, so here we have Wally World. Okay, $59.60. Okay, first of all, I wouldn't do Walmart. Okay, $59.60. The closest strike price is going to be the 60. The $60 is only going for 33 cents. That's less than 0.5% for the week. Now, granted, 0.5% per week is about 26 to 30% per year. Okay, fine. But no, the number doesn't work for me. That's what I say. Safe, secure, predictable, consistent. Make sure the numbers work. That's rule number 5. So if a week before the dividend record date, 2 weeks before the dividend record date, 2 weeks, that gives me three opportunities. Let me go back here again. Hold on a second. Okay. Foot Locker. That's when the dividend is. Okay. If I jump in here, I have this week here to make 1%. I have this week here to make 1%. Okay. If I don't make it in this week and I still own the stock, I will bring it in to week number 3, collect another premium, and then collect the dividend. So it will be premium, 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 dividend. That's why I like 3 weeks prior to the EX date. So it's before the, okay, yeah, all right. Does that make sense? So whenever the dividend is, whenever they pay the dividend, I want to go 2 weeks before it. Okay, and then the numbers got to work. Okay, so Walmart is a no because the price at Walmart at this moment in time, $59.60. The $60 strike price, 33 cents. Which means if I buy it at $59.60 and I sell someone the rights to buy it from me at $60, I'm only getting 33 cents per share. If the stock goes up, yeah, then I'll get the difference. But other than that, I prefer it to be 1%. So what's the lowest stock with the highest premium? It doesn't work that way. What's your plan with JD? All right, we'll write JD down. J and D. All right, so dude, this is the way it goes. The lowest price that I can see of at this moment in time is Siri, SIRI. Okay, now Siri is not on my list. Siri is on, what's his name? Warren Buffett's list. Okay, so do I know what the premium is for Siri is? Okay, so Siri is $3.57. The closest strike price is going to be the $3.50. It's going for 1 cent. Well, between 1 cent and $2.26. That makes no sense at all. I wait for the morning to find out what it was. Jason, WBA costs 19 and it's a 41-cent call premium for the 19s next week. Jason, that's freaking awesome. It is. We'll take a look at Walgreens. Hold on a second. WBA. What was the other one? GPS. Okay, so we're going to look at Cardinal Health at the moment. So, dude, I kind of hope that answers some of your questions. The numbers change all day long. Okay, focus on the dividend percentage is useless. You're absolutely right. Total return is only what's really relevant. Absolutely 100% correct. All right, you have JD this week. Yep, EX date was today. Correct. Dividend, but the stock is down quite a bit. Yes, exactly. Okay, Jeff, we talked about this. Okay, now let me go over that one because I do have JD. I'll put JD down. We'll actually open up JD right now for the fun of it. All right, I'm starting to get warm already. All right. All right, let's take a quick look at JD. Okay, and then we'll take a look at Walgreens. Please explain about your subscription. All right, Karamat, we'll get to that in a little bit. Okay, I do that every once in a while. All right, we're looking at JD. Okay, JD, JD.com. Okay, JD last year at this time, 52 weeks ago, 42.44. All right, that was the high of the year. From there, she went sideways for a couple of months, drops down, goes sideways again, drops down again, stair steps away down. Okay, makes the bottom of the year January 19th. Okay, January 19th, the bottom of the year was 2082. All right, now let's take a look at the last 30 days. Now that would be right about here. Okay, so 30 days ago today we opened up at 22.79. Yes, I know, JD paid dividends today. We're going to get in that in a minute. Can you check NQ? Because I can't, up twice, had a 30-day high on the 13th, and that was 28.55. Went sideways for a bit, a little bit of pullback, and then last week, Monday, Tuesday, kind of went sideways. Wednesday and Thursday, 2 days to the upside. Hi, what is liquidity? It's how quickly you can sell something. Okay, the quicker you can sell it, the more liquid it is. Like cash is the most liquid. Gold, silver, not as liquid. Stocks, not as liquid. Because you can only liquidate stocks, sell, between 9:30 and 4 p.m. 9:30 in the morning, 4 p.m. in a trading day. All right? That's liquidity, how quickly you can get rid of something. Real estate, not liquid at all. Okay, precious metals, not very liquid. Artwork, not liquid at all. Collectibles, not very liquid. Okay, so last week, hey Jen, how you doing? Last week, okay, right here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, the 30-day high was here. She went sideways, a little bit of pullback. I like a pullback off of the 30-day high. Pullback 30-day high, sideways, then Wednesday and Thursday, 2 days to the upside. Perfect opportunity to jump in. So we did. We jumped in on Monday. Okay, Tuesday pulled back a little bit. Wednesday, Thursday, 2 more pullbacks. Okay, great. So I jumped in at 27.96, which is, way up here, 27.96. All right. Now, I sold the premium for someone to buy it from me. Okay, 27.96 at 29 cents, right, which is over 1%. Then they had their dividend this week. Okay, great, 76%, or 76 cents, whatever it was. So you add those two together, I'm getting over 3% for the week. Now, I had JD last week also, I got a premium on JD over 1% last week. It didn't hit my target on Friday, so I brought it into this week. So I got over 1% last week, over 3% this week, and yeah, she pulled back a little bit because they have the dividend. Once the dividend's paid out, it'll go sideways, but then it's going to come down a little bit because they're paying out the dividend. So how far is it going to go down? We've got a 30-day high here, a 30-day bottom over here. Okay, so in a couple more days, this is going to go off the grid, and then our 30-day bottom will be here at 24. Okay, so always go back to rule number 1. Never buy something you do not want to hold long term. So am I okay with holding on to JD for a long period of time? Sure, why not? They keep increasing their dividend. Their dividend is almost 2% of the stock price. Okay, they've increased their dividend consistently. Okay, get a little bit of pullback. She's going to turn around and she's going to go back up again. Okay, then stocks only do 2 things: they go up and they go down. Okay, see, they go up, they come down, they go up, they come down, they go up, they come down, they go up, come down, up, back down. Where is it going to turn? That's an important question. So then I will check out the numbers. I will take into consideration how many premiums I've collected, how many dividends I collected. What is a margin call? We can also cost average. Yep, Jen, I was just going to get there next. That's awesome. You're right on the ball. Isn't America great? Yes, America is great. I wouldn't rather be anywhere else. I mean, I have been to other places. Okay, I have traveled, not extensively, but I have traveled and I've had experiences in different countries. I like it here. Everything is right where I want it. Anyway, yeah, Jen did mention dollar cost averaging. All right, so I'm into it at almost 28 bucks, and I sold at 28. It's at 26. Is it going to hit 28 this week? No. Is it going to hit it next week? I don't know. So only stocks with weekly options, and no. All right. Not many stocks have monthly dividends. NQ is not a dividend stock. Thanks, Sean. NQ is off the list. Sorry, dude, whoever came up with that one. Okay, the criteria to make it on my personal, this is just my personal list, my personal preference. You guys, I really tell you, don't listen to anything I say. Do your own research, do your own homework. Okay, I have simple rules for the trading strategy that I taught my 9-year-old. It just so happens to work. Okay, so I'm what you call Gen X. We really don't care about your feelings. We did drink out of a hose. We came home when the lights came on. Everything you heard about Gen X, that's it. That's who we are. We really don't care. We don't like to be told what to do. Okay? Now, I forget where I was going with that. This happens when you get older. You expect to write things down. What was I talking about? Oh, okay. So here it is. Simple rules. Very simple. Really simple. Okay? It has to be a good dividend stock. What do I mean by that? Well, what do I mean by good dividend stock? Well, the company has to have increased its dividends for 20 years or more. Why? Because stocks go up and stocks go down. JD is on its way down. How far down? I don't know. Okay, do I care? No, not really. Okay, I will dollar cost average when it gets down to a certain point, but I do stop at a certain point because I won't put more than X amount into one singular stock. I will dollar cost average. I will take a look at how the momentum is. Okay, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. I will play it out until I hit my target. Now, the longest I've ever held on to anything, now I've been investing for over 20 years, longest I've ever held on to anything is 9 months. And I didn't do it because I wanted to. I bought it at a certain price. It kept dropping, dropping, and dropping. But as it's going down, I'm still collecting higher dividends. Okay? I'm still collecting premiums on a weekly basis. So you have 2 sets of stocks in the stock market. Companies that share their profits through dividends. That's what a dividend is. It is we are the investors. We are shareholders. When we buy a company stock, we are shareholders. We are entitled to a portion of the profits if we buy in profit-sharing company. Now, all companies do not share profits. There's some companies like Tesla. They do not share their profits. Okay? Now, I don't buy those companies that do not share profits because worst case scenario, as this stock's going down, if I have to hold on to it for a few years, at least I'm getting higher and higher and higher and higher dividends every single year. Okay, so the rules, simple rules: never buy something you do not want to hold a long period of time. Number 2, never sell at a loss. Kind of defeats the purpose. Number 3, weekly options. Weekly options, okay? Monthly dividend, 20 years a month, 20 years or more of increased dividends. Okay? Never buy something you don't want to hold. Never sell at a loss. 20 years or more of increased dividends. Weekly options, and make sure the numbers work. What do I mean by that? What can I buy it for? Okay, 26.26. The closest one is the 27, right? 27, and I can get 34 cents a share. Okay, that's over 1%. Now, she's in a downturn. Normally, I wouldn't buy it until it's 2 days to the upside, but I already own some. So as it's coming down, I'm going to keep my eye on it next week. How far down is it going to come? Okay, at that point, I will double down, dollar cost averaging, and then instead of selling the 28s, maybe I can sell the 26s. It always comes down to the numbers. Once I own it, it comes down to the numbers. Okay, if this week's doesn't work out, I'll go 2 weeks out, because this week the 27 is going for 34 cents. 2 weeks out, the 27 is going for 58 cents. Okay, 3 weeks out, the 27 is going for 70 cents. So I will go further out to get a higher premium. Okay, it always comes down to the numbers. You're going to hear me say certain things over and over and over again. It's all about the numbers. What do I buy it for? What am I selling for? What's my profit? All right, let's get back to our list. We're on CAH. Let me go some of these questions. Okay, so James, the answer to the question. Okay, all the stocks on my list pay monthly. Sorry. Pay quarterly dividends. That means they pay every 90 days. Okay, so first quarter they pay, second quarter they pay, third quarter they pay, fourth quarter they pay. There's 4 quarters in the year: January, February, March, first quarter; April, May, June, second quarter; July, August, September, third quarter; October, November, December, fourth quarter. Okay, there's 13 weeks in the quarter. 13 weeks, there's 150 stocks on my list. So that means every week I'm looking at between 5 and 25 stocks every week. That's it. I will not look at JD if it's not up for its dividend. Why? Because it's pointless to me. Because stocks have a tendency to move just before the EX date. And when they move, I want to be there to take advantage of it. That's it. I want to be there to take advantage of it, get my 1%, say thank you very much. I'll see you again in 90 days.
That's it, and that's all.
That's it, and that's all. 220. Thanks, Jen. Jen's coming up with some good stuff.
Of course she is. It's Jen.
Jen, I don't know if you heard her. Wife says hi. Add SWK to the list. SWK is Stanley Black & Decker. It is on the list, but I don't think it's on the list for this week. US Steel is on the list. Jen says hi, Kathy. All right, but I'll take a look at X, which is US Steel, because US Steel is on my personal list. Right. Time decay into account. If you look to that far, if we are talking about options, of course we're talking about options. Ask a monthly. All right, what am I asking a monthly for? TikToker, you're back again. Yeah, SWK is the monthly. That we don't do monthlies. Okay, the reason why I don't do monthlies, let's quickly go into this. SWK, this way you guys will stop asking about it. Okay, Stanley Black & Decker. Okay, I could buy it at $95.68. The closest one to that would be the 95s, the 97s, 120. Okay, but here's the thing: stock has to go up in order to hit that target, and I'm I'm 68 cents over that one. Let's take 68 cents off of that. So we do have 1%. So let's take a look, and I'll tell you why. You ready? All right, get my trusty old calculator out. Okay, now if I wanted to buy Stanley Black & Decker tomorrow morning, it would be $95.68. The closest option strike price to that is the 95. Now, if I buy it at 95.68 and I sell it for 95, I'm losing 68 cents right off the top, right? Basic math. So I take the 68 cents and I subtract it from my strike price, 225. So let's look at the calculator. 225, and I'm going to lose 68 cents right off the top. So I subtract it, 268. So my grand total profit is going to be 157. That's awesome. That is way over 1%. However, let's see exactly how much it is. The purchase price is 95. Okay, you want to divide that by the 95, not the 95.68, because remember, we already subtracted the 68 out of the equation. All right, so at the 95, that comes to a grand total of 1.65. That's great. However, here's the thing. It expires in 15 days. About that. 15 days. That's 3 weeks away. That's 5 days in a week. Can't trade on Saturdays and Sundays, so it's 5 days. So we divide that 16 by 3, and we come up with a grand total of 0.5%. Look at BMY, WBA. Yeah, BMY, Bristol Myers Squibb, and WBA, Walgreens, are both on my list. Okay? Trust me, they are. So the reason why, this is the reason why I don't do monthlies. Because it looks interesting, but if I'm getting 1.6% per month, okay, that's a monthly. Okay, so let's clear this out of here. It's 1.65. Okay, so 1.65% per month, and there's only 12 months in the year, comes to a grand total of 19.8%. Okay, 19.8% is great. There's no juice in monthlies. Thank you, Jason. I was just getting to that. I wasn't going to use the exact term. We just entered a bear market. Yeah, okay, but the numbers still work, and they're still good stocks. Always remember rule number 1. Never buy something you don't want to own long term. I got no problem buying Stanley Black & Decker. I don't. I like Stanley Black & Decker. However, I don't like the fact that they're monthlies because they're only paying about 20% per year. So here's the question. Do I want to do 1 to 2% per month, or do I want to do 1% per week? 1% per week is over 50 cents per year. 1.5% per month is only 19.8% per year. This is why I don't do monthlies. Okay, boomer, I'm not a boomer, I'm a Gen X, okay? Because boomers actually care. Gen X is, we don't care. And we'll tell you, okay? What is a dividend stock? Oh, Ashley, New York Injector. Okay, a dividend stock. Well, this warrants a trip over to FinViz. FinViz, here we go. What is FinViz? FinViz is abbreviation for Financial Visualization. Financial Visualizations has a nice little screener right here. It has bunches and bunches of stuff to look at. So let's look at a little bit, just to give you a tidbit of what's going on. First thing I want to look at is the screener. It screens out all the different stocks. Before we even start, take a look at this number. 9,509. What does that mean? Well, that means there's 9,509 companies in which I can invest in. I'm in small dividends. Okay, Christopher, cool. Okay, 9,509 companies I can invest in. All right. However, I only do dividend stocks. Why? Well, because there's out of 9,000, there's only 2 that you can think of. One that shares their dividends, shares their profits with a dividend, and the other ones don't share their profits. They put the profits back into the company. That's it. There's only 2. Only 2. You're either sharing the profits or you're not sharing the profits. Okay. Not sharing the profits, it has more opportunity for price escalation. How many pop-ups on FinViz? Yeah, James, I have no idea. Negative comments are not welcome. We're all here for knowledge. Thank the man. Hey, JJD, thank you for that. No, all right. No hablo español, señor. Why do you call them stocks and not companies? You're buying part ownership of the company. All right, humble chieftain, if we're really going to have semantics here about stocks, shareholders, buyers, investors, companies, shares, I'm assuming you're old enough to know that we're buying stocks of a company. Once you buy a stock or a share in a company, you own part of that company. You are entitled to a portion of the profit if you pick a profit-sharing company. It's either a profit-sharing company or a company that doesn't share the profits. That's it. There's only two. There's no in between. Okay, you're either going to get your portion of the profits if you buy a company's stock, you get a share of the profits, or you'll get capital appreciation. Now, capital appreciation is great if you're young. I'm 60 years old. I'm not looking for capital appreciation. I'm looking for a consistent. And the wife says, we'll be dead before we get that. No. All right. TikTok, you sent me a message. Cool. Where was I? Oh, so there's two different types. You're going to either share in the profits or you're going to get capital appreciation. Okay, so back to the screener, right? First thing I want to look at, 9,009 stocks that I can pick from. This right here, dividend. If they pay a dividend, which means they're sharing their profits, okay, that will get rid of all the other ones. So if I go over to the dividends and I say 1% or more, that's a positive dividend, that brings it down to 4,375. Okay, so let's change it, go to 2%. A 2% return, 3,271. That's still a lot to choose from. Okay, that's still a lot to choose from. All right, so I'm going to go over to this side, and I'm going to click on right here, options available. Now, it doesn't distinguish whether they're weekly or monthly options. That's going to require a little bit more effort. But once I do that, hit options, lo and behold, I'm down to 1,948 companies I can choose from. Now, by giving you, I have it set up as they take the profits, then they compensate me back. Stock is not the company, Elon Musk. Okay. What platform are you using? All right, this right here is not a platform. This is FinViz, which is Financial Visualizations. It's a website to help you decide what kind of stocks you like. Okay, allows you to go through all the stocks, 9,005 different companies to choose from. But once we look at a company that shares profits, they have over 2% dividends, and they have options available, that takes it from 9,500 down to 1,948. Okay, that's still too much for me. Okay, I look at companies 20 years or more of increased dividends. I can't find that here. Okay, I look for companies that have weekly options. I can't find that here either. But what I can tell you, out of that 9,500 different companies in the stock market, only about 150 of them make it to my list. Got it. Thanks. What platform are you using? All right, let's go back to the platform. Good evening there, Miss Jacqueline. Back again, I see. That's lovely. Back here, back here, back here, back here. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, I don't do monthlies. They don't pay enough. Really, I don't. So when you guys suggesting stocks, I would really, really appreciate it. Monthly, wait a minute, no. Dividends, quarterly dividends, and weekly options. What variables do you screen on? I just told you, 20 years of increased dividends and weekly options. Just those two brings it down to over 150. All right, so you are saying stocks that pay dividends pay overall more. That's not what I'm saying. So you're hearing what you want to hear. What I am saying is dividends pay quarterly. Okay, all stock, well, not all stocks. Some stocks pay once a year. Some stocks pay twice a year. Some stocks pay 4 times a year. Okay, and some stocks pay once a month. Okay, what I want are consistent increase in dividend payments of 20 years or more. Okay, that's only about 225 stocks. Okay, but once you throw in weekly options, that brings it down to 150, 160. I take those 150, 160, I throw them into the calendar. The calendar is right here. Here's one of my lists right here, right there. Okay, I throw it into dividend calendar. Okay, from the dividend calendar, that tells me what to look at. This week right here, COP, ConocoPhillips, John Deere, Fifth Third Bank, Mondelez, Nucor, USB, Cardinal Health. That's just this 1 week from this one list. I have about 5 or 6 lists. Okay, if I cannot decide between ConocoPhillips, John Deere, USB, Fifth Third Bank, Mandelings, Nucor, or Cardinal Health, if they don't fit the list, then I'll go to the next week. Okay, what do you mean by weekly? Oh, well, let's go to here. Okay, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. All right, what you're seeing right here, okay, this is the underline right here, the trade grid, okay? You got the last trade, what the net change was a positive or negative, okay? What the bid is, that's what you can sell it for. What the ask is, what you can buy it for. Volume, how many shares traded that day. Open, what did it open at? What was the high of the day? What was the low of the day? That's what you see, okay? If you are approved for options, hold on. If you are approved, now you have to apply to be approved for options. If you approve for options, you will see this, the option chain. Okay, the option chain. What is in bright yellow? Those are weeklies. That means they expire every week. 5 April 24, that's tomorrow. 12 April 24, that's next Friday. Okay, the ones that are in gray, 19 April 24, that's a monthly, once a month. Okay, 26 April 24, weekly. 3 May 24, weekly. Okay, then you go down to this part right here. 17 May, monthly. 21 June, monthly. 19 July, monthly. 20 September, monthly. 18 October, monthly. Okay, you have weekly options or monthly options. Monthly options don't pay enough for me to worry about them. I like the weeklies. I like a safe, secure, predictable, consistent 1% per week. To do that, I need a good quality stock. All right. Now this is AT&T. Let me look at something else. How about WBA? I love Walgreens. I do. At this moment in time, Walgreens, I can buy it at 1907. Okay, do you see that right there? 1907. The last trade was 1898. The bid, what I can sell it for, 19. What I can buy it for, 1907. The weekly option here, I don't want to look at tomorrow because it only has 1 day left. I want to look at the 12th. That's next week. That has 8 days to it. That's 8 days of value, time value. So I want to click on that, and it opens up the trade grid, okay, for the options. The option chain is here. 1650, 17, 1750, 18, 1850, 19, so on and so forth. So if I'm buying it at 1907, the closest strike price is going to be 19, which is right there. The 19 is selling for 41 cents. So 41 cents, I'm losing 7 cents at the top. I take 7 cents off of here because I'm already losing it. Okay, so that would be 34 cents. Now 34 cents is more than 1% of 19. Okay, so I like the number. I like the rate of return. So let's actually see what that is. So clear that. 34 cents. Divide that by the purchase price of 1907. 19 because I've already discounted the 7 cents. That gives me a grand total of see that number right there? 1.78. That's a 1.8% for the week. So you have to ask your question. Question number 1. Do I like Walgreens? Do I mind holding Walgreens long term? No, I don't. I like Walgreens. I have no problem buying Walgreens and holding on to it, especially if it's going to give me 1.8% every single week. Why the hell not? Why wouldn't I? If it hits my target, great. What happens if it goes down? Well, if it goes down, I will check the numbers. Okay, how much am I getting? Then I use my cow scenario. If I buy a cow and it gives me a gallon of milk, okay, great. What happens next week? It only gives me half a gallon. Do I get rid of him? No. Okay, what happens if the week after that he only gives me a quart? Do I get rid of him? No. Okay, so it's all about the numbers. Am I getting a return? Do I mind owning Walgreens consistently? I don't mind owning it all, and I will hold on to it. All right, do you have to own a stock 60 days prior to order? No. Okay, you're new at this. John Frula, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. Okay, I used to think when I first started trading that you had to own the stock all year long in order to qualify for a dividend. No, you don't. 1 or 2 days, that's it. You have to buy it anytime on or before the date of record. Okay? Okay? These are the EX dividend dates. Okay, you have to buy it on or before the EX date. Each little green dots is an EX date. You have to buy it on or before to qualify for the dividend. Now, once you collect the dividend, the stock does have a tendency to go down equal amount to the dividend. So that's why I like to get it in 2 weeks prior to the dividend. Give it time to make that move, get my 1%, say thank you very much. Because you look here, I got 5 here. Yeah, 5 this week. 2, wait a minute, no, 5, that's 7. 7 in this week, 3, 6, 9 that week, 4 this week, 3 there. And I have a whole bunch of lists. I have plenty to choose from. So I will choose from this list. I will get 1%, thank you. And I'll get rid of it. And I'll get this one, 1%, thank you. Then this list, thank you, thank you, thank you, over and over and over again. Safe, secure, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Okay, let's go back. More questions. Okay, math. Hey, bro, you don't know what weekly means. Okay, weekly means I thought I did, but thank you for educating me. Where was I? How does it work when someone buys your option? Does it just sell automatically? Well, that's a good question. Let's go back to the trade grid. Now, you may think you have an option, but you don't when it comes time to buy and sell. Okay, see right here? Bid 19, ask 1907. All right, so if I'm buying the stock, I am paying 1907. If I am selling the stock, I am receiving 19. Now, the difference between the bid and the ask is 7 cents. Who gets that? That goes to the market maker. So let me give you an analogy or a metaphor. You go to your corner store, okay? Let's say Circle K, 7-Eleven, Quick Mart, whatever. Your corner store, somebody owns that store. That's the market maker. He's going to buy a gallon of milk for $3 and he's going to sell it to you for $4. What he makes off of that is the spread, the difference between what he paid for it and what he sold it to you for. That's what the market maker does. That's his job. His job is to make sure you have someone to buy from and you have someone to sell it to. Now, along with that job comes some rules. If he posts the price, 19 by 1907, he has to fulfill it because he's paying a bunch of money to be in that position. Okay? So if I want to sell, I'm going to get 19. If I want to buy, I'm going to pay 1907. There's no real choice in the matter. Now, I can't sell it to you personally, and I can't sell it to her personally. I can't sell it to anyone but the market maker. That's his job. Okay? He is guaranteed that he's the only one you can buy from, and he's the only one you can sell to. Right? But he has to fulfill whatever price he posts. Or she. I'm not really into that game. I'm just saying whoever posts that price, bid or ask, they have to fulfill it at that price. Okay, that's who you buy it from. That's who you sell it to. Okay, let's go up. Did you get into CADL today? No, I did not. Because today's Thursday. I don't buy a lot of things on Thursdays. Most of my trades are done on a Monday. Oh, when you get a dividend, it doesn't matter how much the company's being consistent. Huh. When you get a dividend, it doesn't matter as much as the company being consistent. I have no idea what you mean by that. With dividend increases, they are staying profitable. Yes, I agree with that. You sell options. I love selling options. Well, alrighty then. Johnny, tell him what he's won. All right, let's go back to where we are. Do option trades go through the market maker as well? Yes, it does. You only have one person. Okay, no matter what trading platform you're on. I get Thinkorswim, I get Robinhood. You can be on Webull, Interactive Brokers, E-Trade, Fidelity. You can be any broker you want. You only have one market maker to buy and sell from. That's it. That's the deal they make. If they post it, they got to fulfill it. At the market means they got to fill it at the market. Limit order, they can choose whatever they want. Okay? Understand all the trades. I wasn't done with my sentence. Not enough text. Okay. Sold CD 221 and got 110. Okay, I have no idea what we're talking about. 220, yes. I sold 10 calls on Tesla. Strike price, blah, blah, blah. Expired 5 days. A month and got 4,000 premium. Okay, can't help you out with that one. I will make money. All right, good for you. James, were you a Morgan Stanley party of 85? No, I was not. Are you a day trader? No, I am not. Can I retire with $25,000 shares of Altria? That I don't know. Does Kenny G take your money on those options? I have no idea who Kenny G is. All right. How do we become market makers? Jen, trust me, you do not want to be a market maker. Last I checked, you have to pay $300. Last time I checked, like 10 years ago, it was $350,000 for the application to become a market maker. Okay, and then you have to live in New York. There's a lot of have tos in it, and it's you make a lot of money, but then you can lose a lot of money too. And Jen, you got little kids at home. Stay at home, be with the kids. Because money cannot buy the first time they take the walk. Money cannot buy the first time they do this. They can't buy. No, don't do it. That sounds like a lot of gray hair. Yep. Some things money can't buy, Jen. Okay. Now, I was there for the first step of each one of my kids. I was there the first time they sat in a high chair. I was there for the first time they had solid food. I was there for the first word. I taught them all how to ride bikes. I taught them all how to read. You cannot pay enough money to do that. Top 5 dividend stocks you own. Sounds like a lot of gray hair. Yep. Evening. Rocky the Realtor. So what does your morning calls entail? Oh, great question, James. What morning calls entail is, number one, I take my specific list that took me years to create. Now, I take the stocks that we're looking at for the week. You get that a day ahead of time, so you can do your own research if you like. We taught them to sell covered calls. Yeah. So, first thing, Monday morning. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're on at 9:15 before the market opens. Now, I've been doing a podcast for over 4 years. It's about 800 episodes. First part of the morning calls is you actually watch on a Zoom call. You watch the trades that I make on a Zoom call, okay, as I am doing the podcast. After the podcast, I answer all the questions. If you have any questions or if you want to do anything, is SPYI good for dividends? I really couldn't tell you. It's not on my list. Okay, so after that, Monday and Friday are the most important ones. Friday we jump on at 3 o'clock because we want to make sure whatever we bought on Monday, we're going to make a good decent profit on it by Friday. Wait, did we get to Hormel yet? No, we didn't get to Hormel yet. Any good thoughts on FTech and SMH for long term? Nope, can't give you answers on that one. Any thoughts on FMFH? Okay, Warrior 3? I can't even read that name. Yeah, no, I don't even recognize them. If I don't recognize them, then they probably aren't going to make the list. ACB, again, probably not on the list, but I'll write it down and take a gander at it. ACB. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Cardinal Health was a no. CAG. Oh, Walmart was a no. Ooh, we're going to do CAG and then Hormel. Okay, CAG. I've never even heard of CAG, so more than likely, it's probably not going to be on the list. Thoughts on CRM? CAG. Conagra. Ooh. What was it? James 220. It's worth spending the time on the morning calls. Hey, thanks, Ryan. Get the rundown of what you can. All right, what the hell happened this afternoon? All right, MJ, I have no idea what we're talking about. What currency are you trading? I don't do currencies. Okay, really, I don't. Certain things I don't do. Ooh, before I forget, there's about 200 of us here. I feel most privileged and I am most flattered. I have 12 imposters pretending to be me. 12 imposters pretending to be me. It's ingenious. They actually go into my website. They take my own personal video. They take my videos and they put it up on their website pretending to be me. Okay, so here's the thing. If you get a text message, if you get an Instagram message, if you get anything asking for me to send you money, or for you to send me money, or whatever, okay, It ain't me. I will tell you right here, and I'll repeat it over and over again. You want to talk to me, you want to feel self-assured, send me a DM with your phone number. I will give you a call. Okay? Podcast name. Ooh, podcast name. Go right up here in the bio. Okay, go to the 10-minute trader, which is right here. The 10-minute trader. Okay, it says the 10minutetrader.com. Okay, I've had this website for over 15 years. Okay, video of me, blah blah blah. Another video. This is my live trading here. And this is all my social media: YouTube channels, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, podcast. Right here. Come to the podcast. Every single one of my shows is live trading. Okay, over 800 of them. Okay, if you want to go back and look at what I've done 4 years ago, it's there. Okay, that I get a 5 like new followers every time I watch your live video. Okay. Oh, another live one over here on Instagram. Hey, over there on Instagram. How you guys doing? Okay. Is Colgate a buy? Colgate. That's Colgate Palmolive. That's What was the thing you didn't want to share? Is that only shared on one-on-one consultation? Basically, yes. Now, I'm a nice guy. I will answer questions. Okay? Now, I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart because I'm at that point in my life where I feel compelled, to share what I know. Why? Because I think the little guy, you and me, getting screwed over long enough. Okay? Powers that be don't want us talking to each other through TikTok. Eventually, they are going to cut this out, and we'll have to go somewhere else. Okay, so I have Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn. I have all the social media sites. So when, it's not if, when this gets shut down, I'll be going somewhere else. How do I join the podcast? The podcast, it's basically free. You go any podcast there is. It's on Apple, it's on Podcaster, it's on Spotify. All right, you go to any one. Just click on it. Wait a second.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is James from Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow.
Same thing. Good morning, everyone. This is James from Dividend Stock Talk. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, then I go through all my live trades. After the podcast, then we do our questions and answers. Okay, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, basically questions and answers. We just check out what everything is doing just to make sure, no big surprises. Friday's the most important one. 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon, we jump on because we want to make sure what is happening with our positions that we bought on Monday, that what's going to happen with them come Friday. Okay, Mondays and Fridays are the most important days for the live trading. What's the name of the podcast? Dividend Stock Talk. Dividend Stock Talk. Okay, so we're looking at Conagra. So let's take a look at Conagra. 31.27. The 31.50s yet. Conagra is going to be a no. Okay, 31.27. The closest one's going to be there is 31.50. The 31.50 is 5 cents. Really? 5 cents? No. Do you use TradingView platform to trade? No, I use Thinkorswim. Okay, I've been using Thinkorswim for over 20 years. Okay, now I've tried E-Trade, I've tried Ameritrade, I've tried I didn't do Tasty Trade. I've tried Just to Trade. I've tried a whole bunch of different trading strategies. How much for consulting call? Your best bet is go check out the the Patreon. Okay, my consulting call is $500 for the month, which basically means you can call me and we can call back and forth all month long. Okay, you pay one fee all month long. Okay, what is that for tomorrow? Well, for next Friday expiration. All right, the one we're looking at right now is next Friday, because tomorrow, okay, is 5 April. We're looking at 12 April because tomorrow's worthless. And so Conagra for tomorrow at 31.50, it's not even 1 cent. It's not even listed. Okay, because your time value is almost all gone. Okay. All right, so Conagra's a no. Next on the list, Hormel. Do you need a minimum of 20K to start trading? No, you can start trading with $50 if you want. It just all depends. It's going to be more work. I'm back. Yay, Randall Ray. Is Colgate Palmolive a buy? Colgate Palmolive. CL. We'll put it on the list, okay? Colgate-Palmolive is on the list. All right, when should I early exercise calls? That's going to be a totally different question, okay? Because we look on Friday, okay? Because we're jumping in at 3 o'clock on Friday, taking a look at the positions. Should we buy them back? Should we let them go expire? FANG, never heard of it. If I've never heard of it, most likely it's going to be a no. FANG. Diamondback Energy. 200. Oh, okay, it's going to be a no, and the reason why it's going to be a no, go over this side, hold on. Okay, mid-February, look at this. Okay, it went from 155 to 200. That's a $45 increase. And how much pullback did they have? Hardly any. So what do you think is going to happen? Look at all that space from the bottom right here, from the bottom all the way up there. Okay, that's no. For me, no. If you like it, great. Nvidia, I don't do Nvidia. Okay, their dividends are 4 cents. 4 cents a share. It's like $900 a share, and they're paying 4 cents for a dividend. Yeah, no thanks. Hey, another Instagram follower. How you doing? Humana, H-U-M. H-U-M. All right, so we're looking at Hormel. So, on average, what percent of your options would you say sell in the first week? Oh, it's a tough one. Interesting, because last week, everything sold. First time in a very long time, I was in 100% cash come Monday. Everything sold in 2 accounts. I got 5 different accounts, 2 accounts, everything sold. Alibaba. Ooh, we'll take a look at Alibaba. B-A-B-A. Now, Alibaba is on my list in a different trading strategy, on a different trading platform, using a different trading whole scenario. But I'll take a look at it. McKesson. Is that MK? All right. Next level is Hormel. Let's take a look at Hormel. H-R-L. Now, for those who did not know, Hormel is a dividend king, been in business for over 100 years, increased their dividends for more than 5 decades. Share the trading strategy. I just did. Okay, Hormel, 35.57. That's going to be a no. What company pays the highest dividends? You're asking the wrong question, in my humble opinion. Okay, Hormel, 35.57. The 35.50s are going for 20 cents. Not worth it. Do I need to subscribe to join them on? Yes, you do. I say, I'm a nice person, but I'm really not that nice. Oh, look at this. Someone over here again. Instagram. How you guys? Instagram's kind of loading up. Great job. You had 90 minutes. Woohoo! Woohoo! All right. So I like Hormel. Okay, but this week they're only paying 0.5%. Not worth it. RTX. RTX Corporation. The 100s. It's going to be a no again. 2 reasons. 2 reasons for RTX. I can buy it at $100. The $100 strike price is going for 87 cents. That's 0.8%. Okay, not there. And look at the chart. Okay, way too high. Okay, the gap filled. Right, gap filled. Look at that. ARCC. ARCC. Never heard of it. BAT. Never heard of it. Okay, next on the list, JD. Didn't we already do JD? Yeah, we did JD already. WBA, we already did. GAP, GPS. GPS. Okay, 23, 24. Do you only sell options to collect premiums, or do you also buy options? I only sell options to collect premiums. The premiums give me on average 1% per week. 1% per week gives me over 50% per year. A safe, secure, predictable, consistent 1% per week. That's my main focus, main goal. I look at nothing but good quality stocks. Okay, I buy them before the EX date. I sell a covered call on them, and I collect 1% on the premium. I want to learn Forex trading. You're at the wrong place. Sorry. All right. Palantir announced Oracle partnership today, plus 5% pre-market. turn red by close. What's your opinion? Have they increased their dividends for more than 20 consecutive years? That's my opinion. If they haven't increased their dividend in more than 20 years, it's not on my list. Can I use your trading strategy on Robinhood? Yes, you can. What about the 35s on Hormel? HRL. 35s are going for 40 cents. Okay, so here's the thing. You ready, Gallants? You ready for this? If I buy it at 35.57 and I sell it at 35, I'm losing 57 cents right from the start. Okay? I take 57 cents off of 40 cents, I'm into negative numbers. Are you taking in account that you might lose the stock when you say 1%? Is that only for premium you collect? Yeah, I understand that. Okay, if I buy a stock at $100, okay, and I collect $1 as a premium to sell it by Friday for $100. If it goes $100 by Friday, I'm back into cash on Monday along with the 1% I collected. Okay, so I'm not really going for stock appreciation. I'm not going for the dividend. I'm only going for the anticipated run-up into the dividend play via a covered call. Good quality stock, buy it at the market, okay? Sell a option, a call option at the money where I bought it for. So if I buy it for $100, I sell a $100 call strike. I collect a $1 premium, which is 1%. And if it's above 100 come Friday, I'm back into cash on Monday. If it's at 99.99 on Friday, then that option will expire worthless, and I'll take that stock into the following week, and then I'll do the whole thing over again. It all comes down to the numbers. What are the numbers telling me? Am I making my 1% every single week, or am I not? Is it a good stock? Is it not? That's the way it is. Okay, you have to be approved to trade options to see premiums. That's exactly right. However, covered calls are the safest and easiest option trading strategy there is, because there's really no risk to a covered call. Because in order to do a covered call, you have to buy the stock first, and the covered call is just selling somebody the right to buy it from you by a certain time, by a certain date. All right. If a stock carries If stock carries over, do you always do, wait a minute, I go back a little bit, do an option on the next week regardless of the payback? It's always going to come down to the numbers. Okay, whatever I buy it for, that number never changes. Okay, if I buy Hormel at 35.57, I own it at 35.57. So whatever happens to the stock, if it goes up, if it goes down, I still own it at 35.57. Okay, and then I will decide what option to sell directly related to what I paid for it and when it expires. All right, but if the stock increases and then you also gain an increase, what? But if the stock increases and then you also gain the increase in the stock, but maybe not if you sell in the money, if that's your strategy, you got a couple of things inconsistent there. Okay, I buy the stock. Okay, Hormel, this is the one we're looking at now. Hormel, HRL. At this moment in time, is at 35.57. If I bought it at 35.57 tomorrow morning, I would sell a premium for 35 cents or more. Okay, at the 35.50, I'd sell for 35 cents more to make sure I got 1%. Okay, in this instance, it doesn't really work, but let's say in case it did. If the stock goes up above 35.50, okay, I will not own the stock on Friday because somebody will buy it from me. That's why people buy options. People buy options because they think the stock's going to go up. Okay, I really personally don't care if the stock goes up or not. I only care if it stays the same and it increases just above the premium, just above the strike price I sold it for. Okay, if the stock goes up, I really don't care. Whoever bought the option from me, that's their gain. That's why they are doing it. They buy options because they think it's going to go up. I sell options because I really don't care if it goes up. I just want to collect the premium. And the premium is usually 1% or more on everything I buy. Sometimes it's 2%, sometimes it's 3%. Okay? But the numbers have to work. Don't get me wrong, I love Hormel. It's a dividend king. They've increased their dividends for more than 5 decades. That's 50 years. They've increased for 50 consecutive years. I like the company. But every once in a while, the numbers just don't work. And in this instance, it doesn't work. So I go on to the next one because there's always another stock available. Is the premium the highest when selling the option in the money? At the money. Not in the money, at the money. Because right now, the stock is at 35.57. The highest value premium is the 35.50. It's in the money, but it's also at the money. 35.57, 35.50. That's right at the money. That's the highest value premium. And in this instance, it's only 20 cents, not 1%. So I say thank you, next, see you again in 90 days. Because Hormel pays a dividend every 90 days. Okay? All right, back over here. Let's go some of these questions. Market was bad today. All depends on how you look at it. I was looking at the last, not Hormel. All right, Glenn, I wouldn't say that. I'm not going to disagree with you. Ricky Zips, yeah, you have to own 100 shares to do one contract. 200 shares, 2 contracts. 300 shares, 3 contracts, so on and so forth. How much can you make on a good week approximately? I don't look at it that way, TikToker. I look at a safe, consistent, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, if you look at the history that I've done this year, okay, right here, okay, each week, I tell you exactly what I made, okay, 2.1, 1.3, 0.85, 0.9, 1.03, 1.06, 1.9, 2.03, 2.32, 4.3, 4.63, 3.9, 0.9, 1.2, 1.5, so on and so forth. Okay, they're all right. All my trades are right here. Okay, do I have it? So far I think the best week was 4.63, just a little bit under 5% for 1 week. That was week number 10. HPW. What the heck is HPW? HPW Macy's. That must have been HPQ, wasn't it? Yeah, Hewlett Packard. Okay, Hewlett Packard, Macy's, and 3M. That week I made 4.63% because I think Macy's jumped up. I think that's what it was. Okay, so let's go back to where we are. Where are we? All right, let's get back to next one. Hormel is going to be a no. Ooh, yes, U.S. Steel. So TikTok, it all depends. All depends on what you're doing. DVN, Devon Energy. When you sell the option at expiration, do you simultaneously sell the stock itself every time? All right, the Collective Judas. Okay, interesting name. I buy the stock on Mondays. All right. Sometime Tuesday when Monday's a holiday. At the beginning week, I buy the stock. I also simultaneously at the same time sell the option. That's when it's the highest value. Now, come Friday, we jump on it and we take a look at what the numbers look like. Now, if the let's say hypothetically Hormel, the 35.50. If I sold the 35.50s, okay, and the stock on Friday is 35.60 over 35.50, then I do absolutely nothing, and the stock market takes care of itself. Monday, I'll be back into cash. It will get sold. The option will expire worthless. Blah blah blah. All that kind of nice, neat, fun stuff. Okay. Now, if the stock is below 35.50, 35.48. I will have an opportunity to either buy back that option or let it expire worthless, take it into the next week, and then do the whole thing over again. Okay? I can't answer the question. John F. Kennedy. We cannot answer the questions of tomorrow with the knowledge we possess today. Okay? I can't. I cannot answer the questions for tomorrow or for next week with what we know today. Okay? It's a consistent thing. You're throwing a dart at a moving train. All right, next one. Next question. What do you do if the prolonged market correction? I refer you back to, rule number 1. Never buy something you're not okay with holding a long period of time because you just might have to. Why does a dividend stock impact you selling options? Couldn't you just ignore that? Does that dividend stock matter? That's the only reason I'm buying it. I'm buying it because I have a dividend, and they increase the dividend every single year. That's the only reason. There's 9,500 different companies I can choose from. I only choose the 150 that I like. That's my personal preference. I came up with the strategy in 08, and it seems to be working just fine. There's an old saying, real old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if I'm making 50% a year every single year, why would I change my strategy? If it works, don't fix it. Okay? Now, I personally loved Windows 95. They went from Windows 95 to Windows 98, and I hated it. Hated it, hated it. I liked my Windows 95. It worked perfect. But they changed it. Is it better? How do I know? Okay, I liked Windows 95. I would have been perfectly happy living and dying with Windows 95 if they just left the freaking thing alone. So yeah, I only do dividend stocks because worst case scenario. Okay, worst case scenario. If the stock goes down, I get higher and higher dividends every single year. Higher dividends every year if the stock goes down. That's the only reason why I buy good quality dividend stocks. Okay, now if I bought Tesla and it went down, I don't get anything. Absolutely nothing. Hey, how did you learn this information? What did you study? Well, I didn't learn this information. I created it. I had a 9-year-old daughter back in 08 who wanted to do the same thing Daddy was doing. Daddy, can you teach me, Daddy? So my challenge was it had to be simple so she can comprehend it. It had to be safe so she'd never lose. The income had to be consistent and predictable and no way she could lose. That's the 5 criteria that this trading strategy had to come up with for my 9-year-old daughter. So I had 5 rules. 1, never buy something you're not okay with owning for a long period of time because you just might have to. Never sell at a loss. Must, not good to have, must have 20 years or more of increased dividends. Weekly options. And then all the numbers have to work. Okay? 5 criteria for the trade, and then 5 rules. That's it. I didn't study it anywhere. I had to create it. Okay? That was a challenge. How can I make sure my daughter doesn't cry? Because if you have a daughter who's 9 years old, because it's not just her crying, it's going to break your heart. You're going to hear it from the wife. And that's one thing. That's another thing I didn't want to hear. Okay, so it had to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way she could lose. Okay, what do you do if prolonged market correction? I refer you back to rule number 1. Never buy something unless you plan on holding it for a long period of time because you just might. But you'd still collect a premium when selling the options, even if it's a non-dividend stock. Yeah, you are absolutely 100% correct. I would. But what if it goes down? What am I collecting a non-dividend stock if it goes down? Absolutely nothing. So why would I do it? Okay? All right, if the strike price is below the purchase price, do you add the difference onto the option ask? No, I don't add anything. The market maker decides. Okay? I will take a look at it. Now, if the strike price, what is it? The strike price is below. Strike price is below. Oh, that would be in the money then. Okay, it all comes down to the numbers. Come on, you know this. It all comes down to the numbers. Okay, when you purchase it, you purchase it. Okay, you do the numbers. If I buy it, the one we're looking at right now, Hormel, if I buy it at 35.57, and if I sell the 35.50s, I'm losing 7 cents right on the top. If I sell the 35s, okay, I'm losing 57 cents right up the top. If I sell the 36s, okay, if it goes over 36, okay, I make the premium and the difference between the purchase price and the strike price, which would be an additional 43 cents. But the 36 is going for 5 cents, so I wouldn't do that. Next question. Wow. Crazy how 1% one person comments can affect the whole market and change billions. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. What platform? This is Think or Swim by Charles Schwab. Okay, actually, Tom Sosnos came up with this. He's the one who does Tasty Trades. Freaking awesome dude. But he's got more money than he knows what to do with, so I don't really listen to what he says. You know? All right, next on the list is going to be X. But if you sell a call that will expire 1 week, then you won't be able to collect the dividend anyway. Not necessarily wanting to collect the dividend. I want to collect the 1% per week. Okay, the dividend is just kind of like an added bonus. Okay, it gives the other people who are buying it something to buy. If people buy stocks to collect the dividend, that's what makes the dividend stock go up before the EX date, is people wanting to collect the dividend. I don't want the dividend. I want the 1%. Safe, secure, predictable, consistent. 1% per week. I just tuned in. Thoughts on monthly divs? Yeah, I don't. Most companies that pay monthly dividends, the premiums don't really work very well. What's your opinion on CIM dividend and selling covered calls based on option price? Excellent question. What people are talking about from time to time is the Fed leaking interest rate. Okay, interesting. You are betting this is not an investment. Okay, I'm not quite sure, Fish Parquet, what you mean by that. Does reduce the value price. It's a wash. Yeah, but that's not what I'm doing either. Okay, Matt Daddy, you're new, and so is Fish Parquet. Okay, all you guys just sit, chill, watch, listen, absorb, see if it makes sense. 1% a month is okay, yeah, but 1% a week is over 50%. So ask yourself a question. Do I want 1% per week, or do I want 1% per month? Okay, I like 1% per week because that's over 50% per year. Stocks got whacked this afternoon because Fed may not drop rates. Okay. Is it good to buy Tesla now? I'm going to say, hey, Love Guard, you're back. I called you and couldn't connect. Okay, you sent me your phone number. I called, all right, and I didn't get to chat with you. I missed the conversation on the covered calls. That's all we talk about. Okay, but I don't buy Tesla. Okay, Tesla does not pay dividends. Okay, so I don't buy it. All right, so we're looking at X, which is U.S. Steel. Sorry, I was at work. Okay, well, I did call. If you want me to call again, hand me your number and I'll call you again. I bet you can load the option details in ChatGPT for a list and ask to give you the good ones. Could be. Do you normally buy pre-market on Mondays or after the market gets going? I usually buy at the bell. Can I go somewhere and read up on your strategy? Yeah, you could go. All right, hold on. You ready for this? Right to the 10-minute trader and look at this. See all these little dots here? One of them says books. Books by James. You click on that, and that brings you to tra-la-la. James has written 13 books, and I'm on book number 14 at the moment. Okay, Trading with Dividends, Dividend Aristocrats, Personal Stock Traders Profile, Dividends on Steroids, Dividends for Monthly Cash Flow, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Who was one of your mentors? Ooh, Wade Cook. When you sell covered calls, do you spend your premium on buying more shares or keep for dollar cost averaging? No, I spend it. Okay? I'm at the point in my life where my nest egg gives me weekly money, gives me weekly cash flow. I use that as my living expenses. My account grows very, very slowly. Very, very slowly, because I spend mostly all my premiums. Do you roll over and sell contracts, or if it doesn't go your way? Of course I do. But it always comes down to the numbers. When the options get ready to expire on Friday afternoon, it comes down to the numbers. Ross Cameron, never heard of him. Hey, someone is texting me with your TikTok name. Yep, that's right. I am privileged to have 12 imposters pretending to be me. So, if you really want to talk to me, 80s music, DM me with your number and I will give you a call. Okay, you can ask in the chat right here. Does he really call? Yes, I do. What do you think about Tesla? No. STLA? Yeah, no. Does Thinkorswim, with Thinkorswim you can roll a transaction, you have to close by separately. You have to do it separately. I want stock I can buy for $1 and have it go up to 500. Yeah, there's plenty of those. What's the best way to learn the skill to do what you're doing? The books I've written. Yes, he will. Yeah, Jose. I've called Jose. I've called Al. No. I already find out he have 2,000 followers instead of 11. McKesson, that's what. Hey, ask Draft. I call Draft too. So, are you saying that you only sell options when the stock has 2 weeks until the dividend is paid out, and you sell the option 1 week until it expires? That's exactly what I'm saying. Okay? Exactly what I'm saying. I collect that safe, secure, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Exactly like you just said it. Way to go. Hey, Draft. Nice of you to show up. All right, so we're looking at X, which is U.S. Steel. How do I access your books? How can I trade as a beginner? Well, come up here to the bio. Okay, right there. Slap me in the face, right up here. Slap me in the face. That's going to take you to the bio. It's going to say the10minutetrader.com. You click on that link. That's going to take you to the 10-Minute Trader, which is my website. Okay, I've had this website for almost 20 years. Okay, come down, halfway down, right there. It's all my social media: YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, podcast, LinkedIn, Patreon, TikTok, live, live on YouTube. Okay, this screen right here, this television screen right here, this monitor is being broadcast live onto YouTube. There's the link right there, live YouTube. Books by James. You click Books by James, that takes you over to Amazon. Books by James. How to receive 10 to 20 checks per month like clockwork. $2.99. Thank you so much. I might buy your books. Thanks again for sharing your knowledge. That's what I'm here for. All right, get rid of that. All right, let's go back to, we're looking at X now. X is U.S. Steel. Okay, and it is 11:02. We have a half hour left. Okay, 11:02, half hour left. U.S. Steel, 41.10. Right, 41.10 was the last trade. So I can buy it at 42.20. The 42s are going for 13 cents. What does that mean? That means no. That's what it means. No. Don't get me wrong. I like U.S. Steel. I do. Sometimes the numbers work. Sometimes they don't. Now, you do realize all these numbers here will change, okay, when the market opens. And they will continue to change all day long until the market closes. Okay, Coca-Cola is a no. Can you show a good example of the stock instead of all these viewer stocks? How about I show you WBA, Walgreens? The WBA, we have looked at it plenty of times, and it is still a yes. Okay, hold on. Get this out of my... Okay, so Jason Smith, Coca-Cola, KO. Yeah, that's a no. Okay, I appreciate it. Hey, not a problem. Okay, WBA. First thing I want to look at, 1907. Okay, 1907. The 19s are going for 41 cents. Okay, WBA is Walgreens. Now, we all know Walgreens is in every major city in every state. Do you ever buy a long call if you're super bullish holistically? GUDXL. Yes, I do. Put out in the strategy. Coca-Cola never has good premiums. You're absolutely right, Al. Ask Al. Al, do I call people? KeyBank is a fantastic dividend player. Yes, it is. KeyBank is on my list. What kind of jobs have you had? Oh, my goodness. I've had a bunch of jobs. Let me think. I've been a mechanic, an electrician, a plumber, AC unit, a roofer, a mason, a farmer, pick tomatoes. I've done lumberjack, I've done fishing, I've done lobstering, I've done fiberglass work. I've done a bunch of stuff. I have James on speed dial. Yes, he does. All right. Invite First Love Records to join live. Ooh, do you dabble into options? All right, Brandon, you're new here because that's all we do. We buy stock, we sell covered calls using a call strategy called a covered call. Okay. We basically sell time. Okay. You know, I don't know how else to do it. How else do you explain it? All right, so U.S. Steel is a no. ACB, never heard of this before. Hey, Dave, how's it going? AMD. AMD. All right. JEPQ, yes and no. What website again? I'm Ground Zero, need the basics. Oh, your best bet is go to Amazon Books by James. I'll go right up to the bio, the link. I wish I made smarter choices investing. So do I. ACB, no dividends. Thank you for that. I said AMD. Oh, ACB. Yep, that's off the list. CL. Uh-oh, honey just came out. It's 10. Oh, it's a little bit past 11. Uh-oh, do you need me to make you some more? Okay. Do you want to come over and say hi? Jen's here. Well, say hi to Jen.
Jen's my number one.
Jen's her favorite. James, what again? How you got money? Yeah, I worked for it. Believe it or not, yeah. I'm 60 years old. I worked for my money. Literally. Handyman work. PST, never heard of it.
Jen's going to be teaching us pretty soon.
No. If a stock is $10, what kind of a strike price are you aiming for? $10. If I buy it at $10, I want to sell the $10 strike price. But then I want to get 1%. 1% of $10 is only 10 cents. Radium, yes, no. What software are you using? Thinkorswim. This is Thinkorswim. Okay, it's available for free. Just open up your account over at Charles Schwab. What else we got? I love this stuff. Yay, Jason, thanks. All right, KN. Oh, I don't know what that was. James, what is your full name so I can do your books? All right, I'll tell you what. Collective Judas, go right up here. All right? Hit the bio. In the bio, okay? Go to my profile. Look it up. The10minutetrader.com. When you come to the10minutetrader.com, okay? Right here, the10minutetrader.com. You slide down, halfway down, social media sites, YouTube channel, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, podcast, LinkedIn, Patreon, TikTok, live on YouTube. So this screen here that you're seeing, this screen is being live broadcast on YouTube. So you can actually see the numbers. Okay, and then right there, Books by James. The links are already there in the bio. Okay, all this is the best. This is the first book you get. How to receive 10 to 20 checks per month like clockwork. It tells you about dividend capturing. Dividend capturing is a simple strategy. It's been around for over 400 years. Okay,
You can know your books at Dr. Zeus.
All my books at Dr. Seuss, she says. Okay, dividends for monthly cash flow. Dividends on steroids. Personal stock traders profit. Blah, 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 blah. Let's go back to where we were. All right, so we're looking at WB. You wanted to see one that's a good, valuable stock. Here we go. Well, what else are we looking for? BISD, no. BST, no options. Okay, BISD, BIZB. It's an ETF, and it's a monthly. The no, and again, oh, wait a second, no.
Well, let me think. No.
Yeah. Even Honey says no. Okay, so what were we looking at? Colgate Palmolive. Ooh, Colgate Palmolive is a dividend king. Been in business over 100 years. Okay. BST, no options. Thank you, Sean. All right, Jen. Someone mentioned something to Jen. Can you continue with Walgreens? Yeah. Oh, Walgreens. Yeah. Hold on. Can you continue with Walgreens stock explanation, please? Walgreens, WBA. Okay, WBA with Walgreens. A year ago today, Walgreens was at 35.57. Now, I'm not making this crap up, okay? Here's the chart right here. Read from left to right. First thing I want to see, what was the high? What is the low? Where was it a year ago? Where is it today? That's the 1 year chart, okay? A year ago, 35.57. The high of the year was 36.58. The bottom of the year was yesterday, around 18 and change, whatever. The last 90 days, first thing I want to see, high of the 90 days, low of the 90 days, where was it, where is it? Basically in a free fall, look at that. However, let's take a good look at this. 90 days ago, we're at a 90-day high of 26.41. Okay, a little bit of pullback, jumps up. It was like 8 or 10 days to the downside, back up, slowly decreasing. Look at that. And let's look at the last 30 days right here. 30 days ago, well, the 4th, I have to deal with it. Okay, 3-4, okay, March 4th. Holy crap. I had to call my sister. Wait a minute, I did call my sister. Okay, sorry, it was her birthday. Okay, 30 days ago, it opened up at 21.24. Okay, that was 30 days ago. Okay, went up, hit 21.81, pulled back to 20.44, back up again to 21.15, back down to 20.31, and then we have our new 30-day high, which was, if you guys remember, for those of you who were here last Thursday, I said, okay, that big gap to the upside, I said, there's going to be profit taking come Monday. What happened? She opened up here and she just dropped all the way to 1950. All right, so if you do not take your profits, okay, she opened up on Thursday at 20.55, whatever. Okay, jumped all the way up to 22, whatever. If you did not take your profits, okay, by the time it closed, market maker took it away from you on Monday. Okay, took it away from you on Tuesday and took it away from you on Wednesday. Okay, we have a new 30-day bottom for Walgreens. That was yesterday, and that was 18.49. So here's the question you need to ask yourself. Do I like Walgreens? Well, I love Walgreens because there's a Walgreens in every major city. Okay, so am I into Walgreens? Let me check. WBA, not in this one. Not in that one. Not in that one. So no, I'm not into Walgreens this week. Oh, that's why I'm not into Walgreens, because I said last Thursday, you can actually go into my podcast from last week, from Monday, or whatever it was. Okay, I said, no, there's going to be pullback on Monday. That's exactly what happened Monday. I didn't expect it to go for 3 days. I mean, I just knew those, because when you have an up day like this, look at all the days. Okay, look at them all. Okay, nothing really huge. Look at the size of this one from Wednesday, and look at that from Thursday. That's a huge to the upside. What happens when you have huge to the upside? You're going to have profit taking. Okay, that's exactly what happened. The market maker opened up down, and then it just kept on going down. Market maker took all your profits away if you didn't take your profits. It's not a profit until you take it. And nobody ever went broke taking profits. What do I think of Webull? You know, Webull, I haven't really looked I haven't really took a good look at the trading platform and how well it works. I like Robinhood. It's simple. It's easy. Everything's right at my fingertips. And they sent me a debit card, and it's easy for me to take the money from my trading and just switch over. I can go right from trading to my debit card to pay my bills, back into my debit card, back into trading again. All my fingertips. It's freaking awesome. I love it. I love Robinhood. I do. However, that's WBA. Now, ask yourself a question. Do I like Walgreens? Okay, right now, whoops, let's go back up to here. Okay, do I like Walgreens? I could buy it tomorrow at 1907. If I buy it at 1907, I can sell somebody a covered call to buy it from me at 19. I lose 7 cents right off the top. So I take the 7 cents off the premium of 41 cents. That's over 1%. Okay, 41 cents is over 1%. I'm losing 7 cents right from the top. So I'm buying at 19.07, selling it at 19. Right? I lose 7 cents. So now I'm down to 34. So what is, clear this. Yeah, well, it still said right there. 34 cents, purchase price is 19. It's actually 19.07, but I already took the 7 cents off. I already took it off the table, so it's already gone. 1.8% for the week. So the question comes down to, do I like Walgreens? I do. Okay, now if I have the opportunity to buy it on Monday, well, it's all going to depend on what happens tomorrow and Monday. Okay, 2 days to the upside, I'm jumping in. I like Walgreens. It's plain and simple. Honey, you about going to bed? Well, alrighty then. Anyway, so I like Walgreens. It's going to give me 1.8%. Yeah, I have no problem owning it whatsoever. So yeah, I will probably buy it again on Monday. Why do you use that software over others? Well, if you can explain another software that gives me everything that I want and more, I'll be more than glad to take a look at it. This gives me everything I want. Okay, I mean, it has more than I actually need. I haven't found another software that has a trigger trade. It allows me to buy it and sell it at the exact same time, walk away, and then they just send me an email saying, oh, you made money. Okay, great, I like that. It has the dividend calendar. Okay, it tells me exactly when the dividends are paying. Okay, it has a seasonality chart already built in. What does that tell me? That tells me how does a stock normally move throughout the year. Okay, it has a great stock screener too. I don't use it because I already know what my stocks are. What do you trade? I trade top dividend stocks. Thanks, James. I was confused because there's a website called that's stock related, obviously. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that guy stole my name. Yeah, there's the 10-minute trades, the 10-minute trades, okay, or 10-minute trader, 10-minute trade without the word the. Okay, yeah, I've had this website for almost 15, 20 years. Okay, and you can even go into, what do you call it? Oops, wrong one. Right here. Go to my YouTube channel. Okay, my YouTube channel. Hold on a second, it's loading. It's loading videos. Okay, and then you go to the oldest videos I got. Oldest videos I have on there. Look at this. There's the little princess. Okay, now remember I told you I created for my 9-year-old daughter. This is 11. These videos are 11 years ago.
Hi, I'm JC, and me as you being part, and you can just watch me. But I'm just going to be on my ass if you guys would like to be doing that.
There's over 20 minutes in the month of January.
Yeah, that's me 11 years ago. You want to see something really funny?
20 days in February. There's over 21 days in the month of March.
See the t-shirt I'm wearing? I still have that t-shirt. Okay? I had just gotten that t-shirt that day. I still have that thing, except for now it has a bunch of holes in it for me, as old as it is. And if you look at all my videos in my bio, you'll notice me doing a video with that shirt on this year. Because I did it, and I said, wait, that shirt looks familiar. I said, holy shit, I've had that shirt for 15 years. Holy cow, close to 15 years. Anyway, yeah, this video channel has been around for almost 15, 20 years also. How I made $5 billion. Oh, that's cool. Graham Stephan. Oh, I might want to review that. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so that's why I like Thinkorswim. It has everything I want. It's got everything right at my fingertips. I don't have to go to any other websites to do anything else. Now, I used to years ago, until Thinkorswim came out with all this nice, neat stuff. All right. How did the market do today? I don't really know. Hey, Jen. WBA. Yep, we already looked at that. How do I open the bio? Oh, that's a good question. Hypothetically, you should be able to just put your thumb right on that. I'm pretty sure. All right. But if not, if you really want to chat with me, you really want to ask questions, DM me. Oh, if you don't know how to do the buy, you don't know how to DM me. Anyway, it is what it is. All right. Well, anyway, you heard the wife. She's going in to go to bed, so that means it's time for me to go too. It's almost 11:30, so it is what it is. Tomorrow's Friday. Okay, so podcast tomorrow and the live trading tomorrow is going to be at 3 o'clock. All right. So, Medtronics, I don't know. Non-farm payroll, never heard of it. Okay, so you guys can suggest anything you want. If it does not have 20 years of increased dividends and weekly options, I probably won't want to look at it. Marketing going up today? I have no idea. Today is Friday. Well, not here at 8. And besides, the market opens at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. All right. That being said, you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you again tomorrow. Bye to Instagram. Bye to YouTube. Medtronics, blah, 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 has a 20-year increased dividend. Yes, Medtronics does. It is on my list. Okay. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. 12,000. Free cash flow. I'm looking for. Don't have one. All my sales are organic.